Good day. Today we're going to create Lucky Spin and learn how to utilize it with your bot. So let's start. So the first thing that we are going to do is to open a new empty flow. To do so, locate the automation and then click on add new flow. And then enter the trigger name here. So spin flow for example and create new. So to open this, simply click on this new flow button here. But before adding the necessary blocks, we will first create the lucky spin that we are going to use. So to do that, we are going to proceed with growth, locate the new growth button, and then click on lucky spin. So here you will see the default lucky spin template interface, and also you could change the template here. So we have a variety of templates available that you can choose from. So from something like New Year, right? This is how it looks like. Mid-Autumn Festival and Halloween. So you can see that it can be modified to fit any theme. But for this example, we are going to use the default one. And when translated, this is how it will look like. Then for the menu here, first is the price section. So this is where you can modify the prices, the color, and the win rate. So the plus button here is where you can add the prices you want. So as of default, there are 6 in here, but you can add more by simply clicking this button. And you can also delete it as well by clicking the X button here, right? Then for the label, this will contain the prices itself. So you can add here, for example, 5 or 10% discount, or like a $3 off or a free delivery. So you can add anything you wish to include in your promo. Next, for the image here, you could add the URL here. So you could add image per label. And next is the win code. So this is the code that your customer will receive to identify what price they had won. Okay, so you can modify this one as well. So here I just entered simple code 1, code 2, code 3, but you can add special codes if you want. Next is for the color. So the color here is the font color, so you can change it per label as well, right? So something like this. Next one is the background. So basically just the background color of each label. So you could have different colors per section, or you can make it uniform. It's up to you. Then next is the win chance. So here is the percentage rate of how they can win the prizes. For example, for the bigger prizes, you could add a smaller winning rate so that only few customer can receive it. And then for the try again button like here, you could add a higher rate. So just make sure that all of the win chance rate is equivalent to 100%, because you will receive a notification if it's more than that. Alright, so something like this. For the win quantity, you can limit the number of winners as well. Like for the grand prize, you only want 3 lucky winners to receive it, then you can set it like that. Alright. Now for the attribute, take note to use the corresponding settings. Okay, so for the label attribute, it should be set to text, and this one saves the name of the prize in the attribute. Next, the win code attribute, so this one should be text also. So this saves the price code in the property, and then the bonus attribute should be set to number, and this one is for the number of turns added to the property. Let's proceed to the next one. So next to price is the style. So here you can fix the rotation interface, including the image and the font size and the font style as well. So for the header here, you could add the promo title, then change the font size here and the font color here, right? You could also add the photo if you want. So for example, this one, that star over there is just a photo, so you could add your logo there, for example. And next for the footer, so same options with the header one. So this one is for the font color and the size, right? Next is for the background image. You can change the background image here as long as it fits the recommended pixel here, alright? So you could simply upload your photo from your computer, or you could paste the photo URL if it is on the web already. Next is the spin image, so it's the spin itself. You could change that as well. And then the play image is the go button here in the center. You can change the overall font style and color here. So options like this, you will see we have a lot of options here, right? So I'm just going to use the one that I previously used. And here is the color. So this one changes the color overall, right? Then lastly for the player. So here for the player, you can change the number of spins or how many chances they have. So for this part, for example, you want them to have 5 chances. So all of your user will have 5 chances each, right? So something like that. You could also set it to 1. And here you will also notice that this is the profile of the player. So once they open your lucky spin, their name would appear as well as their profile photo. And you should also tick this one so they will be redirected to a web porn if they win the prize. So if you don't know how to create a web porn, you can refer to our tutorial video. So you could choose the form here if you already created one. So here I just simply ask for their name and their contact number. So if your promo includes a delivery, then you could also add their address here. You could add the address here, so something like this, right? You could also refer to our video again if you don't know how to use the set. So for now, we will go back to our automation. On our empty flow here, the first block that we are going to add is an attribute block. Alright, so drag it here and then rename the block. So for the attribute, we're gonna set it to participants and the value to full name. And for the conditional branching, set it to end. Attribute joined equals to 0. Right? Something like this. So this will determine if the user has or hasn't joined the promo yet. Right? So save changes. Next, we will add the block that will correspond to the first branch, which is a JSON APA block, right? So I will first edit this block here and start with the name. So here you will see that you simply have to provide the link for the post, so you could copy that one. And after that, the body will automatically display the other necessary details. For AhaChat token, you can find this one on the settings section under general, then broadcasting API token. So you simply have to copy. Next is the message tag, so should be set to non-promotional. Then the block name, we're going to add this one later. So just enter the name first and then the participant's full name. Alright, so save changes. And then after that, we're going to add another attribute block. So this one will correspond to the other branch here. So again, the first thing we're going to do is to set the name. So set the name to joined. And then the attribute should be set to participants, right? And then the value to 1. So this block will record that the user joined the promo already. Okay, so save changes. Before proceeding to the next block, I will first connect these branches here. So the first one go with this and the default one go with the second block here. And then after that, you should also connect this just an APA block to continue with the attribute block, right? Next, we're going to add a conversation message. So I'll first name this one and edit. So this one contains the main promo message itself. So here I included a welcome message plus a simple instruction and then a card for the user input type. Then I also added an action here, right? So for this part, You have to take note that this is important. So you have to select the lucky spin. So when they click the button, the spin will automatically appear for them. After the title, so you have to select the spin that you have made from growth. So this is the one that we made earlier. That's I selected that. And then start another flow. So choose from current flow and then spin results. So this one I will add it later and I'll explain it to you. So that flow will be the one to determine if they receive the prize. Alright, so first I'll save it again. So this is the block that I am referring to, but before that I will first complete the prior blocks before this one. So we're going to add another attribute block, right? So this block will determine if the user shared the spin flow, thus they will receive another spin chance, right? So we'll add this one. And rename the block into check plus the attribute into spin bonus and the value to spin bonus plus 1. Alright, so this will automatically add to their spin chances if they were able to share this with another friend. So save changes. And then to correspond with that block, we're going to add a conversation block. Now, to show you how this would continue the conversation, I'll first edit the contents. Right, so here you will see that I basically informed them that they successfully shared the lack of spin as they receive another spin. So for the cards, you just have to select the same setting as earlier, but instead of the spin result, you're going to add a Google record here, alright? So they will automatically have a record once they perform the spin. So save changes. So this is the record that I'm talking about. So now let's go back to the spin result and edit this one. So, alright. Here you have to use two attributes, which is the spin label and spin code, to save the spin. So if these two attributes are not empty, as stated here in the block, it means that the winner has won, right? So save. Now I will connect this one to this conversation spin, and then the other one to the spin result. And also we have to connect this attribute block. So this one is for those who are new to the spin game. Basically, the other one is for those who just shared the game, and this one is for the new players. Alright, so we have two routes basically. So now we're going to proceed with our Google record. So after connecting the sheets to your Google form, you simply have to add the column name plus the value that corresponds to those you have used in the flow and as well as in the web form. Alright, so save. Then the default branch here is for those who didn't win the promo. So we're also going to add another conversation block to inform them about the status of their game. So I'll first edit the contents. So something like this. You have to inform them that in order to get more chances in the spin, they simply have to share this post here. So again, use your input type into card. And take note here that instead of the lucky spin, I use the URL. By setting it this way, when they click the forward button, it will automatically be sent to their friends. Alright, so you could track the record of those who shared. So now we have to save it. And then lastly, we're going to add a conversation block. So this will be the message after saving their information on the Google form. So to edit this one, you see that you just have to add a congratulatory message informing them of the item that they won by using the attributes and also the terms and conditions plus a user input type if you prefer to, but you could leave it blank if also you want it that way. So save. So now I'm going to connect these remaining blocks here. Google form and then the thank you message. And for those who didn't won, they will have another chance by sharing the spin. Right? So now that we have completed our flow right here, we're going to test it now on Messenger. Confirm the prompt message and also transfer to your Messenger account. So take note that I had disable the web form on this example so you could see how they are going to use the spin their chances over and over again. So for the first one, we're going to try it now. So you will see that my turns already got the that I only have two remaining left. Okay, so this is the first item that I won. So click on get the price and they will receive this kind of message. So they have the code plus also the item itself that they won. So alright, I got it. Now I will try and test another spin. So again, just click on the button right here. Alright. Okay, so now I won another prize, which is different from the first one that I had. Now I will empty my spin by trying the last time. So you will see I already have 0 turns left. And I want the merchandise back this time. Right, so that is how they're going to use your Laka spin. They can spin over and over again, and once it's empty, it will show this way. So again, they have the option to share to other friends, so that way you will gain another audience, another set of audience, because they will be interested with your game. Alright, so that is how you create a Laka spin. I hope you learned how to utilize it with your bot, and if you have any other questions, simply visit our tutorial videos and see ya!